Welcome to Science Access. In today's class, we'll be talking about bacteria part 2, and we'll be following this outline. Introduction to bacteriology and structure of bacteria, the general structure. Remember, we talked about the external structure in my former video. In this case, we'll be emphasizing on the internal structure of bacteria. Bacteria are unicellular organisms. This actually means that they are single cell. They have one cell, and they are prokaryotic, which means they do not have a definite nucleus, but however they possess a region where nuclear material is actually found, and this region is called nucleoid. The general structure of bacteria is divided into the external and the internal structure of bacteria. Now, the external structure are those structures that are actually outside the cell membrane. In other words, the external structure includes the cell wall and all the structure outside the cell wall. They include capsule, the cell wall, the flagellum, the pillox, and others, which we actually discussed in the part 1 of bacteriology. In this video, we'll be talking about the internal structure of bacteria. The internal structure of bacteria include the plasma membrane and all the organelles or structure within or inside the plasma membrane. And they include the plasma membrane, the mesosome, the cytoplasm, nucleoid, even the plasmid. Let's talk about the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane of bacteria comprises of primarily the phospholipid and protein. As you can see from the diagram, the phospholipid actually make up the phospholipid bilayer. At both ends of the phospholipid bilayer is the phosphate group, while the lipid is actually present at the middle. Note the presence of protein in this structure. The protein aids the transport of nutrients and ion. Note that the plasma membrane of bacteria lack the sterol, but they possess a sterol-like compound termed hopanoid. They also contain a variety of saturated and unsaturated fatty acids, as well as methyl, hydroxy, and even cyclic group. The absence of sterol distinguishes the plasma membrane of bacteria from that of eukaryotic organisms that actually possess the sterol. The function of bacterial plasma membrane includes regulation of what goes in and out of the cell. Remember, the plasma membrane is semi-permeable. Therefore, it regulates the nutrients, ions, and metabolite movements in and out of the cell. Plasma membrane is also involved in biosynthesis as well as the conversion of energy from one form to the other, what is popularly termed the transduction. This process occurs during electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation. The second component of the internal structure of bacteria is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm actually comprises of everything enclosed within the plasma membrane or cytoplasmic membrane, and about 80% of the cytoplasm is made up of water. It is therefore colorless. It should be noted that the cytoplasmic fluid is viscous, colloidal, with suspended organic and inorganic matter. As you can see from the diagram, some of the organelles within the cytoplasm include the ribosomes, the mesosomes, inclusions, the nucleic acid, as well as the plasmid. Bacterial cytoplasm differs from that of the eukaryotic cell because they lack the membrane-bound organelles such as the endoplasmic reticulum, the mitochondrium, the chloroplast, Golgi apparatus, and others. The next internal structure we are going to discuss is the ribosomes. As you can see from the diagram, the ribosome comprises of the large subunit and the small subunit. Bacteria, a prokaryotic cell, possess 70x ribosome, while eukaryotic cell possess 80x ribosome. Note that 70S refers to the rate of sedimentation of the ribosome in a centrifuge, and S is termed Sadburg unit. The function of the bacterial ribosome include mRNA translation and protein synthesis. The next organelle that we're going to discuss is the mesosome, which is actually an invagination of the plasma membrane in bacterial cell, as you can see from the diagram. Mesosome increase the surface area of the cell, playing a role in aerobic respiration. It should also be noted that mesosome is the site for chromosome replication as well as oxidative phosphorylation. The next internal structure of the bacteria, as you can see from the diagram, is the plasmid. The plasmid is a circular double-stranded DNA molecule different from the cell chromosomal DNA, as you can see from the diagram. This additional DNA material confer advantages on the bacteria such as antibiotic resistance. The last structure we're going to talk about in this lesson is the nucleoid. The region of the bacterial cell which houses the chromosome is termed the nucleoid. This region houses all or most of the genetic material of the bacteria. The function of the nucleus includes controlling the bacterial activities and reproduction in bacteria. This is the end of the lesson for internal structure of bacteria. Please subscribe to support this channel. Thank you.